Well, hello again, everyone. Professor Profit coming to you from Craps University, and we've got a neat little strategy for you this evening. This one's called the 64 Regression. Now, this starts off with this $1,500 buy-in. It's a $10 table, and we start off with a 64 across bet, and then we will regress down from that after a couple of hits, bet some hard ways to keep us in the game, and just hope we can get a hot shooter or two. Now, this is not one that's going to make you a lot of money, but this is one if you just want to grind and stay at the craps table for a while without losing a lot of money. This might be the strategy for you. So let's head on down to the crapsy felt now, and we'll explain the nuts and bolts of it, exactly how it works, and then we will roll it out for a few minutes and see if we have something that is worth considering taking to the casino. So let's head on down to the felt now, and we'll take a look at it. We'll see you there shortly. All right, everybody, down here on the crapsy virtual craps table, getting ready to roll out our 64 regression strategy. Now, this requires a $1,500 buy-in, which you can see at the top right-hand corner of the screen, and this is a $10 minimum bet table. Now, the way this system works, we start off with a $64 bet, 64 across. After 2 hits, we're going to take down the 4, the 5, the 9, and the 10, and that's just, of course, going to just leave the 6 and the 8. Now, if we hit the 6 and the 8, if we hit the 6, we're going to put 10 of that win. It'll be a $14 win. We'll put 10 of it on the 5, and then we'll put $1 on the hard ways, each one of the hard ways, and then continue. Now, if we hit the 5, we'll take that payout, the $14 payout, and then we'll take the 5 down. If we had the 9 up there, we'd also take the 9 down. If we hit the 8, we bet the 9. If we hit the 6, we bet the 5. And then if we hit either one, the 5 or the 9, we take both of them down. Now, if we get knocked off one of our hard ways, say the 6, that comes down, we'll come back and put $2 on that. We'll replace it and add $1. And then if we continue to hit, say we hit the 9, then we take that $14. It'd come down, the 9 would come down, and then we would add the other $4 to each one of the hard ways. And so that's basically how it works. If we lose on a shooter, we'll level up. The next level is 96, and then 128, etc., etc. And the thing that's nice about this strategy is 2 hits, and you're in the black on that shooter. So you get in, you get out pretty quickly where your money is no longer at risk. And this is not a strategy that's going to make you rich, but if you want to stay and play for a while with just minor risk and stay at the table a while, this is a pretty good strategy for you. So let's go ahead and get a number established, and then we'll put our 64 across down and see how this works out. So 3-1-4 is the come out roll. So the puck moves to the 4, and we bet our 64 across there, and we are rolling. Here we go. That's the 5-1-6, so that's a $14 winner. We'll just collect for right now, and we're looking for one more hit. And there's the 6-2-8 easy, so that's 2 hits. So we'll take down the 4, the 5, the 9, and the 10. And as you can see now, we have $28 in profits up in the top right-hand corner. And we've got $24 at risk. So even if we 7 out right here, we still win $4 on this shooter. So there's the 3 craps, the AC deucey. Next roll. And there's the 7 out. So it was a quick roll, and we still won $4, and our new session high now is 1504, and that's something you need to keep track of. And if you meet it or exceed it, if you're at a higher level and you meet that or exceed it, well, then that's when you go back to your base level. So on to shooter 2 now, and that's 5-1-6 easy. So we'll come back with our 64 across bet, and we are rolling. Here we go. So there's 3 craps once again. Last time that was followed by that ugly number, so let's hope that doesn't happen this time. And there's the 5-3, that's the 8 easy, that's our first hit, and we'll just collect that one, and we're rolling again. And there are the railroad tracks, all the dots we got. So no help there. Next roll. And there's the hard 6, the winner 6, so that's our second hit. So we'll go ahead and take down the 4, the 5, the 9, and the 10. This is a come out roll, so the 6 and the 8 are not working. They are off. And that come out roll is the center field 9, the 6-3 center field 9. So now the 6-8 are both working, and we're rolling. And there's the Colt 45 back on that 9, so the puck will go off. And we're off once again on our 6 and 8 place bets. And there are the box cars. Next roll, and there are the double deuces, the 4 hard. So we are working now. The puck goes to the 4 and looking for a 6 or an 8. So there are the snake eyes, 2 craps. Next roll, no field 5, the horse and buggy. And we're rolling. Here we go. And there's the 5-1-6 easy, so you can see that's a $14 winner. So we'll take 10 of that and put it on the 5, and that leaves us $4, and we'll put $1 on each one of the hard ways. And as you can see at the top of the screen now, we've won $42. We have 38 at risk. So we are at profit on this shooter, and that's a good place to be. So there's the horse and buggy again, the 4-1-5. So that's a winner on the 5, so we'll bring that down. And we'll take that other $4 and we'll press these hard ways up to 2. And we're rolling. Here we go. Okay, there's the 10 easy, so we do lose our hard ways bet, so we will replace that and add 1. So the hard ways on the 10's up to 3, everything else is at 2. And there's a 7 out. Now had we happened to hit one of those hard ways bets, well then we would reduce all of them back down to $1 and start over again. So shooter 2, we won $21 on that shooter, so we're up to $15.25, and that's our new session high. And shooter 3 has the dice in hand, and we're rolling. The come out's the 6 and the 1. That's a front line winner 7. So let's roll them again. And this time it's the lumberyard, the 2x4. And that's a 6 easy, so the puck goes to the 6, and we'll do our 64 across bet, and we're rolling. So there's a 6-4-10 easy, so that's an $18 win. We'll rack that. And our next roll, and the 4 hard, so those are 2 good numbers for us. And so that's 2 hits, so we'll take down the 4, the 5, the 9, and the 10, all the outside numbers. And that leaves the 6 and the 8, and as you can see in the top right hand corner, we've won $36 on this shooter, and we have 24 at risk. So we're profitable on this shooter regardless of what happens from here on out. And there's the 3-2 no field 5. Next roll, and there's the 5-1. That's a winner 6, so that's a $14 win. So once we get a number established, we'll put 10 of that on the 5, and then we'll bet all the hard ways for $1. And there's a come out 7 once again. That's a front line winner. Next roll, 3-2. That's the no field 5. So we have a number established now. So we'll put 10 on the 5, and then we'll come back with $1 bets on all the hard ways, and we're rolling. And there's the 7 out. So we still came away with a $12 win on this shooter. So on to shooter 4 now. We're at $15.37. So again, this is not one that's going to make you rich, but hopefully this will allow you to stay at the table for quite a while. So there's the 3 craps on the come out roll, so take the line, and back-to-back front line losers, and pay the don'ts. So we finally get a number established now. That's the 8, the 8 easy, 5-3-8 easy. So we come back with 64 across, and we're rolling. Shooter 4, there's the yo. So this shooter's 4 rolls. We got 3 horn numbers, and make it 4. There's the snake eyes, and the next roll, and there's another horn number. Now I've noticed that when shooters start throwing a lot of horn numbers, usually that ugly number is not far behind, so we'll see if that holds up here. Hopefully I'll be wrong. And there's another horn number, holy moly. All right, so we're at our 8th roll here. Let's see if we can hit a number. And why not? There's the fifth one in a row. And I think that's 7 of the 8 rolls have been horn numbers. And there's that 7 out, not surprised at all. All right, so we'll go on to the next shooter. We'll level up to 96 across. Our session high is 1537. And the next shooter gets a 5, so that's the no-field 5. So come up with 96 across, and we're rolling. Here we go. And there's a 0.7 out, so the table's turning cold. And we're down to $13.77 now, so down $123 from our buy-in. And there's a 314, 4 easy. So this time we'll come back at 128 across and see if we can hit a number or two here. There's a 6-3 center field 9, so that's $28 payout. And 1 hit, and here's the next roll. And there's the no field 5, so that's 325. So that's another hit, and we'll take down the 4, the 5, the 9, and the 10. And you can see we've got $56 in wins, $48 at risk. So what we need to do to make up some of this loss is hit a 6 or an 8 here and get a good shooter going. We really hadn't had a hot shooter yet. So maybe this will be the one. There's a 6, 4, 10 easy. And next roll. And nope, there's the 7 out. So we're at $13.85 now. We made $8 on that shooter, so we'll come back at the 128 level once again. There's the 516 easy, so that'll be our number. And let's get those bets down. 128 across, and we're rolling. And there's another 0.7 out. All right, so on up to the next level. And that'll be level 4, is that right? Yeah, there's the square pair, the 8 hard. And now we're at 160 across. So here's our first roll. And there's a 6-5 yo. And we're sitting at 1257 now. So we got some ground to make up here. So there's the 4-2, that's the 6 easy. So that's our first hit on this shooter. And next roll. And 6, 4, 10, that's the 10 easy, so that's a nice hit for us. And so we'll take down the outside numbers. And so now we're sitting at an $84 profit, $60 at risk, so we're up on this shooter. And there's the 6 hard, so that's a $35 winner. So we're going to put 25 of that on the 5, and then we're going to remain at $1 on the hard ways and just rack the rest of it. So here's our next roll. And there's the Colt 45, the center field 9. You can see at the top right-hand corner, we've now won $119 on this shooter, and we've got 89 at risk. So worst case scenario, we still win. So there's the 516 easy, so that's another $35 winner. So we'll put 25 of that on the 5, and we'll replace the hard 6, add 1, and since we did hit our number there, we'll add 1 to all of these hard ways. And now we're at $153 profit and 119 at risk. And we're shooting. And there's a 7 out. So we won 34 on that shooter. And we'll remain at the 160 across level as we try to get back to our session high. So let's get those up. All right, 10 is the number, and we're rolling. So there's the 32, the no field 5. So we'll take that win and rack it. That's our first hit. And there's the yo. And we're on shooter 9 already. And this table's been a little bit cold. It's been pretty much an average table, though, I'd say. So there's our second hit, another 325. So we'll take down the outside numbers, and we're looking for a 6 or an 8 now. So there's that yo once again. And we're rolling. Here we go. And there's the horn number followed by the ugly number. So we win 10 on that shooter, and we're on to shooter 10 now. And there are the snake eyes, so we'll take the front line bets on that one and pay the don'ts. And there's the horse and buggy, 415. So we'll do our 160 across once again. And back to back, horse and buggy. So we'll take that 35 and rack it. That's one hit. Everything's off on this come out roll. And there's a 6-3 center field 9. And our next roll. And there are the aces in both places. 2 craps. And 6-4, there's the 10 easy, so there's our second hit. So we'll take down the outside numbers, leave the 6 and the 8, and we are rolling. So there's the 3-1-4 easy, and we're sitting at $13.85 now. There's a 6-4-10. Oops, I see what's wrong. We got 25 on the hard 8 because we didn't pull that one all the way off, so you got to be careful about that. So we have $60 at risk, and we have $84 in our rack. And there's the Colt 45. That's the winner 9, so we'll have a come out roll here, and the 6 and 8 place bets will be off. And back to back on that 9, so right back on the center field 9. And now we're back on, and here's the roll. And there's the 5-3, that's the 8 easy, so that's a $35 win. So we'll put 25 of that on the 9, and we'll bet all the hard ways for $1, and we're rolling. So there's Yo 11. Next roll. And there's that 7 out again. So sitting at $13.31, we won $30 on that shooter. And let's go to shooter 11 now. And the come out roll is midnight. Next roll. And there's the 5-4, that's the center field 9. So 160 across still, so we're trying to get back to that session high. And there's the 5-3-8 easy, so that's our first hit. We'll rack that $35. And we're looking for one more hit here. And there's the 2x4, so that's our second hit. So we'll take down these outside bets, and we're looking for a 6 or an 8 now. There's the 3-1-4, the 4 easy. And next roll. And there's a 6-4-10 easy, so from one end of the box to the other. Dice in hand. And there's the 3 craps. Next roll. 2 craps. So that's 2 horn numbers in a row, so we know what that means. And there it is, 7 out. So we win $10 on that shooter, and we're on to shooter 12 now, sitting at $13.41. And there's a 6-1 front line winner. Still coming out, dice in hand. And there's the 3-1, that's the 4 easy, so that's where the puck will go. And we'll come up with 160 across once again. And there's the horse and buggy. So that's a $35 winner on the 5. That's one hit. And there are the snake eyes once again. Next roll. And there's the 8 easy, the 5-3-8. So we'll bring down the outside numbers here. And we're rolling. Here we go. Looking for a 6 or an 8. There's the horse and buggy once again, the 4-1-5. Next roll. And there's the 7 out. So on to the next shooter. This is shooter Lucky 13. And there's a 6-1 front line winner. We're sitting at $13.51. And just looking for that hot shooter to where we can make some money. So center field 9. The 9 is going to be the number. There's the 160 across bet. And the first roll is the 4 easy, so that's a $49 hit for us. We'll rack that. Next roll. And this time it's the 5-1-6 easy. So once again we take down the outside numbers. And we're sitting at $14.35. We've got $84 in wins on this shooter. We've got $60 at risk. And the next roll was the 3-2 no field 5. And once again, we just can't seem to get a hot shooter. So I think after 13 shooters, that's a pretty good idea of how this strategy works. Unfortunately, we could not get a hot shooter this particular day, but some very average shooting. We did have a couple of those 0.7 outs just back to back, and that's what hurt us a little bit. Other than that, the strategy kind of nickel and dimed the casino, and we worked our way back up a little bit from our session low and ended up at $1,375. After a $1,500 buy-in, that's a $125 loss. But for 13 shooters, if you lose 125, and sooner or later somebody's going to get those dice and give you a hot roll, and that's when you're going to start making some money back. Throw some hard ways. I don't think we hit a hard ways during this session. I don't think we did. If we did, I've forgotten about it. So we just couldn't get any momentum going here. So, but I hope you will take this strategy and try it on your simulations and see what you think. This might be one that you would consider taking to the casino if you want to plan on staying around for a while and not losing a lot of money. So anyway, that is the 64 regression, and we do hope that you enjoyed it. Well, that didn't work out too well, but we didn't get that hot shooter we were looking for. We went through 13 shooters though, and if you'd been in a casino at a live table, you'd have been at the table for probably at least an hour while you went through that many shooters. So we did lose a little over $100, and again we had a couple of 0.7 outs, and that hurt us. But as I said, you're not going to get rich on this strategy, but again, you're not going to get beat up too bad on it either. So not too bad a strategy to consider if you just want to go to a table and grind with your friends and not put a whole lot of money at risk. So I do hope you enjoyed that. If you did, we ask that you give us the old thumbs up on the video, and that way we know that you're enjoying the content that we're presenting to you. So if you haven't subscribed to Craps University channel, man, we'd love you to do that right now. We are offering full ride scholarships, so it won't cost you a dime. And what could be better than being on the Craps University student body and becoming a part of this wonderful group that we have here. So we'll be back on Wednesday with our next roulette video, and then again next Sunday with another craps video. So again, I hope you enjoyed that, and I do thank you for coming and joining with us here in the classroom at Craps University. So this is Professor Profit coming to you from Craps University, and if you're out there rolling those bones this week, we wish you nothing but the best of luck, and may all your rolls be winners. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.